Crocodiles, the most terrifying predators in nature, are not only famous for their strength, but also for their speed and cunning in attacks. With sharp teeth and strong bodies, they can strike prey in an instant, frightening anyone. Crocodile attacks sometimes go beyond our imagination, from diving to the bottom of the water for a sudden strike to quick ambushes on the riverbank. Crocodiles are not only excellent hunters, but also skilled strategists, always finding ways to take advantage of every opportunity to win. The perfect combination of strength, speed, and intelligence has made crocodiles one of the most fearsome predators in nature. Let's explore these unbelievable attacks in the video below and witness the incredible power of crocodiles. The crocodile, king of all predators, stands out for its immense strength and lightning-fast attacks. Its confrontations, especially with others of its kind, are brutal and thrilling battles for dominance. When two crocodiles clash, it's a relentless fight where every bite and strike carries the weight of life and death. These duels are not just contests of power, but displays of strategy and resilience, leaving anyone who witnesses them breathless. Each encounter reveals the crocodile's raw ferocity, a creature whose strength lies not only in its muscles, but in its sharp instincts and split-second decisions, where survival hangs by a thread. Vultures, symbols of death and survival in the wild, are birds unafraid to face the most notorious predators. On the dangerous riverbanks littered with carcasses, they often encounter crocodiles, the ambush assassins lurking beneath the surface. When a vulture dares to move in for a bite, just a single tail flick or a sudden snap from the crocodile can end it all in an instant. Yet, with astonishing cunning and agility, the vulture often escapes death by mere inches. These tense encounters are impossible to look away from, where one side embodies cold-blooded predation and the other defies death itself. This is one of the most intense and unbelievable survival duels in the wild. By the lakeside, a flock of vultures resting on the shore suddenly spot a crocodile crawling up onto the sand. Curious, the vultures move closer, some spreading their wings in a defensive stance. Both sides stare at each other for a moment until one crocodile inches closer, and sensing the danger, the vultures finally take off. A lone crocodile begins its hunting journey. Not far across the bank, a vulture is busy cleaning its feathers. Silently, the crocodile glides closer, and in the blink of an eye, the vulture becomes its next meal. The baboon, a primate known for its cunning and boldness, never fails to bring surprises to the natural world. Relying not only on intelligence, they also use the strength of their troop to confront fearsome predators. When faced with the crocodile, the notorious swamp assassin, baboons don't back down easily. They dodge swiftly, move in perfect coordination, and sometimes even strike back fiercely, forcing the crocodile to retreat. These encounters are tense, dramatic, and utterly gripping, capturing the raw intensity of nature itself. This is living proof of the baboon's extraordinary will to survive in the wild. A baboon strolls casually through the swamp, unaware that a predator is watching its every move. In an instant, a crocodile grabs the baboon's leg and drags it into the water. Tragically, the unlucky baboon becomes the fierce reptile's next meal. Beneath the river surface, another baboon is caught by the arm, trapped in the crocodile's deadly grip, too terrified to move. On the shore, its companions watch anxiously. Seizing a brief moment when the crocodile loosens its hold, the baboon pulls itself toward land. At the river's edge, a baboon bends down to drink and is suddenly attacked by a crocodile. It fights desperately, keeping its head above water and dragging the predator closer to shore. Instantly, the rest of the troop charges in, attacking the crocodile. Outnumbered, the predator retreats to save its own life. In the wildebeest, a symbol of courage and endurance across the African plains, constantly faces lurking dangers on its perilous river crossings. When giant crocodiles lie in ambush beneath the muddy water, the battle for survival begins. Splashes erupt, jaws snap shut in an instant, and the desperate struggle of the wildebeest unfolds in a breathtaking scene. Every crossing is a gamble between life and death. Even when ambushed, many wildebeests fight with unyielding strength to reclaim their freedom. These encounters, though brutal, reveal the raw determination and survival spirit of the wild. A herd of wildebeests drinks by a small watering hole, unaware that danger is just beneath the surface. In a split second, a crocodile lunges forward, seizing an unlucky victim and dragging it down. The wildebeest thrashes wildly, trying to break free, but the predator pulls it toward the center of the lake. Just as escape seems possible, another crocodile surges up, clamping its jaws around the wildebeest and dragging it under, ending the struggle once and for all. A herd of wildebeests is crossing the river when suddenly, one becomes trapped on a rock in midstream. A nearby crocodile spots the opportunity and lunges forward, clamping its jaws around the wildebeest's head. With terrifying strength, it drags the struggling prey off the rock and slowly pulls it beneath the surface. The unlucky wildebeest has no chance to escape its grim fate. Crocodiles, ancient and brutal predators, are not only a nightmare for other creatures, but also a deadly threat to their own kind. When their territory is invaded or prey is contested, they are ready to dive into fierce, merciless battles. The sound of powerful splashes echoes through the murky water as crushing bites turn the scene into chaos. Their strength is on full display in every movement, every swing of the tail, and every lethal snap of their jaws. These clashes reveal not just their instinct for dominance, but also the sheer brutality of the wild. It's a world where only the strongest survive. The impala, a symbol of grace and agility on the savannah, may seem fragile, yet it possesses an extraordinary instinct for survival. During their harsh migrations, they must cross rivers teeming with danger where crocodiles lie in silent ambush beneath the still water. In just a split second, a single strike can turn a peaceful moment into a fight for life. But with lightning reflexes and astonishing speed, many impalas manage to escape death's jaws by the narrowest margin. Their daring leaps across muddy waters and heart-stopping chases leave every witness breathless. These dramatic encounters between agility and strength, between life and death, reveal nature's fiercest and most beautiful side. By the lake, a herd of impalas gathered to drink. A strange sound caught their attention, making them glance nervously around. One impala became the target. In a flash, a crocodile lunged forward, clamping its jaws around the victim's neck and dragging it under. Sensing the fresh kill, other crocodiles rushed in, twisting and thrashing as they fought to share the meal. A tense moment unfolds as a herd of brave, stubborn impalas stands close to the lake, foraging while facing the looming threat of giant predators nearby. Though fully aware that crocodiles are lurking just beneath the surface, they calmly move forward, quietly passing by the hunters in search of food. Fortunately, the crocodiles are merely resting, and no impala falls victim this time. The herd of impalas quietly drinks from the riverbank, unaware of the hidden danger beneath the water. Even though they know crocodiles are lurking down there, They calmly bend down to enjoy the cool water. Suddenly, the crocodile lunges and attacks in an instant, grabbing hold of the prey's leg before it can react, pulling it under the water and ending its life in the blink of an eye. The deer, a gentle and swift creature of the forest, embodies grace and tranquility. Yet in the harsh wilderness, even they must face deadly dangers. When they come to drink by the river or cross through swampy waters, deer become targets for crocodiles, silent hunters delivering fatal strikes from below. These sudden attacks erupt in violent splashes, creating chaos and breathtaking drama. The deer thrash and struggle, fighting desperately against death's grip, revealing a survival instinct far stronger than their delicate appearance suggests. Each encounter becomes a heroic tale of life and death, where the fragility of existence is laid bare in a single moment. A young deer cautiously approached the riverbank to drink. As if sipped, glancing around for danger, a crocodile suddenly burst from the water to attack. But in a stroke of luck, the alert fawn leapt away just in time, escaping the jaws of death. By the wide river, a male deer leapt into the water, swimming swiftly toward the opposite bank. Halfway across, a crocodile suddenly appeared, surging after it and sending waves of panic through the deer. Just as it seemed the crocodile would catch up, the buck twisted its body and powered forward with all its might, finally reaching the shore to safety. At the water's edge, a crocodile clamped its jaws around a young fawn beneath the surface. While the mother deer watched from the bank, she seemed strangely calm as her fawn was dragged farther from shore toward the middle of the lake. The young deer stayed still, feigning defeat to fool the predator. When the crocodile loosened its grip, the fawn suddenly bolted toward the bank, but was unexpectedly blocked by its mother's charge. In the end, the confused fawn turned away and disappeared toward the far side of the river. The wild boar, with its thick coat and sharp tusks, is a fierce warrior of the forest, always ready to defend its territory. Though often seen as cautious, in the face of danger, it reveals an astonishing strength and ferocity. Its heart-stopping encounters with crocodiles, the brutal hunters of the river, showcase its incredible survival instincts. In these deadly clashes, when the crocodile attacks, the wild boar doesn't just fight back with strength, but also relies on agility and cunning to dodge lethal strikes. These short, yet intense confrontations keep hearts racing, as no one can predict who will triumph in the fight between life and death. Beneath the water's surface, a wild boar stood at the river's edge, trying to evade a pack of wild dogs, unaware that a crocodile was lurking right beside it. The crocodile remained still for a long moment, watching its target closely. As soon as the boar began to move, it lunged forward, clamping down hard and dragging the boar into the water before the astonished and helpless eyes of the wild dogs. At the edge of a lake, another wild boar approached to drink, hesitating with cautious glances. From a distance, a crocodile moved closer, unseen. Just as the boar took a few sips, the crocodile lunged to attack, but luck was on the boar's side, and it leapt back just in time. By the riverbank, a wild bull was drinking when a crocodile suddenly burst from the water to strike. Fortunately, the boar reacted quickly, sprinting away and escaping the predator's deadly jaws.
No, I got it.
The monitor lizard, a powerful reptile with a muscular body and razor-sharp claws, never hesitates to face even the fiercest predators. One of the most breathtaking encounters is the battle between the monitor lizard and the crocodile, two formidable warriors of nature. In these duels of wit and strength, the monitor lizard relies not only on its incredible speed, but also on its agility to confront the giant opponent. These encounters are not just fights for survival, but moments of pure tension and awe that leave anyone watching in disbelief. Through a mix of smart tactics and unyielding instinct, the monitor lizard proves to be a fearsome rival, not easily defeated, even by powerful hunters like crocodiles. They create thrilling, dramatic clashes that remind us, in the wild, strength alone doesn't always triumph over speed and skill. On the sandy shore, a crocodile had just finished digging a nest to protect its eggs. As it rested under the sun, a monitor lizard appeared, immediately putting the crocodile on alert. The monitor lizard tried to approach, provoking the crocodile's anger and threats. But the stubborn lizard refused to leave. Moments later, another monitor lizard arrived, prompting the crocodile to charge forward and chase them off. While the crocodile was distracted, the first monitor seized its chance, sneaking up to the nest, digging it open, and snatching an egg before quickly fleeing. Elephants, the gentle giants of the savannah, command respect from all creatures through their immense power and majestic presence. Yet even the largest animals are not safe when facing crocodiles, the silent ambushers lurking beneath the surface. When elephants step into the river to drink or lead their herd across, crocodiles can suddenly strike, clamping onto their trunks or legs. The clash between these two titans is a fierce battle of strength, where water erupts into white spray and thunderous roars echo across the land. Though crocodiles are cunning, the elephants' power and unity make them formidable opponents, not easily defeated. These life and death encounters reveal not only the raw instinct of survival, but also the mesmerizing brutality of nature itself. A herd of elephants migrating toward the river suddenly encounters a crocodile. Without hesitation, the elephants move closer, forcing the frightened crocodile to retreat swiftly back into the water. Once it's gone, the herd calmly begins to drink by the riverbank. In the rushing river, an elephant struggles to wade through the strong current. Just as it nears the bank, a fierce crocodile launches an attack, striking at every possible opening. It clamps its jaws around the elephant's tail, but luckily, the forest giant manages to scramble up the bank and escape. Another elephant stands by the riverside, using its trunk to drink. Lost in the moment, it's suddenly startled when a crocodile lunges at its leg. Frightened, the elephant stumbles backward, and as it retreats, the crocodile slips back into the water. The python, the silent hunter of the jungle, is renowned for its incredible muscular strength and its ability to squeeze the life out of its prey. When it faces the crocodile, one of the swamp's most fearsome predators, the battle becomes brutally intense. Beneath the murky waters, the python's crushing coils and the crocodile's savage bites create a deadly clash of power and strategy. Every movement carries danger, every second is a fight for survival. The deadly silence of the struggle keeps viewers holding their breath until the true victor emerges. This is one of the most shocking encounters in the wild. By the riverbank, a crocodile clamps down on a python, thrashing it violently in the water. Despite its desperate effort to escape, the python cannot withstand the predator's overwhelming strength and is ultimately devoured. A python slithers toward the lake, carefully weaving between a group of crocodiles. Just as it seems about to pass safely, one crocodile strikes, its jaws snap shut, trapping the serpent in an unbreakable grip. Unable to fight back, the python becomes a meal for the powerful predator. The eagle, king of the skies, with its vast wings and razor-sharp vision, is a symbol of strength and majesty. Yet few realize that these aerial warriors are unafraid to confront challenges rising from the ground. When an eagle dives from staggering heights, crocodiles in the river, seemingly unmatched in their watery domain, are not safe from its deadly strike. These clashes between eagle and crocodile are filled with tension, as the reptile snaps with terrifying jaws and brute force, but the eagle's speed and cunning tactics render the attacks useless. Such encounters are not just battles between air and water, but duels of wit and courage that hold viewers spellbound. An eagle stands on the riverbank, watching a crocodile feast on its prey below. It waits for the predator's guard to drop, then swoops in to steal the kill. But the splash of water slows its movement, giving the crocodile time to chase it down. Forced to abandon its prize, the eagle retreats as the crocodile claims the meal and slips away. By the riverside, a crocodile slides silently into the water, beginning its hunt. Nearby, a group of eagles perch along the bank, bathing. In an instant, the predator strikes, seizing one eagle and dragging it into the depths. The crocodile, nature's infamous predator, lurks silently beneath the surface, waiting for the perfect moment to strike with razor-sharp teeth and terrifying power. When mighty buffaloes charge across the river, that's when the heart-stopping encounters begin. Armed with incredible strength and courage, the buffalo sometimes fights back fiercely, but against the crocodile's speed and surprise attacks, it often faces deadly peril. Sudden lunges from beneath the water and unexpected ambushes turn the scene into a chilling spectacle. At times, the buffalo escapes by a hair's breadth, yet many fall victim to this fearsome hunter. This is a vivid reminder of nature's brutal, fierce, and unpredictable reality. A young buffalo struggles to cross the river to the other side. At first, it seems to be stuck in the mud, flailing helplessly, but in truth, it has become the target of a crocodile. The calf tries to swim toward the bank, but too weak to break free, it remains trapped in the predator's grip. Moments later, another crocodile approaches, clamping down on its head and pulling it beneath the surface. A herd of buffalo moves together across the harsh savannah in search of water. They rush to the riverbank to enjoy the cool, refreshing stream, unaware that a predator lurks below, waiting for an unlucky target. With jaws wide open, the crocodile surges upward, biting at the buffalo's mouth. But the powerful bull fights back fiercely, thrashing with all its might. In the end, the crocodile loses its grip, watching in frustration as the prey escapes. A herd of buffalo gathers to drink by the river when a crocodile suddenly lunges forward, clamping its jaws onto the snout of an unfortunate buffalo. The victim bellows in pain, its cries echoing through the surrounding brush as the herd watches in shock. Using its sheer strength, the buffalo fights back, dragging the predator toward the shore to gain the upper hand. At last, it breaks free and the crocodile retreats back into the water. The impala, a symbol of grace and agility across the savannah, faces danger every time it dares to cross the river. Beneath the seemingly calm surface, giant crocodiles lie in wait, ready to strike. When the sudden snap of jaws breaks the silence, the impala thrashes desperately in a heart-pounding fight for survival. The splashing water, the cries of panic, and the explosive bursts of power turn the scene into pure drama. Some fall to the depths, others escape by a miracle, together forming a fierce symphony of survival. These are the moments when even nature itself seems to hold its breath, balanced on the razor's edge between life and death. A herd of antelopes quietly drank by the riverbank, unaware of the danger lurking beneath the surface. Though they knew crocodiles might be waiting below, they calmly lowered their heads to sip the cool, refreshing water. Suddenly, a crocodile burst out of the river in a flash, clamping down on one antelope's leg before it could react, dragging it beneath the water and ending the struggle in an instant. By the riverbank, a few impalas gather to drink. One, too absorbed in the water, is startled when a crocodile lunges at it with snapping jaws. With lightning reflexes, the impala leaps back and narrowly escapes. At a small swamp, a young impala is caught by the leg, clamped tightly in the crocodile's bite. Despite the pain, it refuses to surrender, digging its hooves into the muddy shore, waiting for a chance to escape. After a fierce struggle, inch by inch, it pulls itself upward. Then, at the perfect moment, springs free and races to safety. The hyena, the cunning, crafty predator of the savannah, is known for its fearless nature and powerful pack instincts. However, when it faces the crocodile, the silent killer lurking beneath the surface, every encounter becomes dangerously unpredictable. These confrontations often happen when a daring hyena ventures too close to the river to drink or claim a carcass. Suddenly, the crocodile bursts upward, snapping its deadly jaws, while the hyena dodges and counters with astonishing bravery. Each moment is filled with unbearable tension, exposing the razor-thin line between hunter and hunted. These are fierce battles where survival instincts reign supreme in the unforgiving wild. On the grassy plain, a hyena had just brought down its prey when suddenly a crocodile crawled in, silently creeping toward the hyena with the intent to steal the carcass. The hyena pulled with all its strength, trying to drag the kill away, but the prey was too heavy, giving the crocodile enough time to charge in and block its path. It clamped down hard, ignoring the hyena's snarls and desperate tugs. After several risky attempts to fight back, the hyena managed to tear off only a small piece of meat. In the end, the crocodile dragged the carcass away, leaving the hyena frozen on the bank, staring in frustration as its meal was stolen. By the riverbank, a crocodile was feasting on the carcass of a hippopotamus. A pack of hyenas watched from the shore, eager to claim the meal, but too afraid to make a move. Even while devouring its prize, the crocodile kept a wary eye on the pack, ready for any sudden approach. With their bellies full after a successful hunt, the hyenas eagerly approached the river for a drink. But something made them stop in their tracks. They sensed danger. A crocodile was lurking in its territory, submerged beneath the water, guarding it from intruders. These massive predators made the hyenas hesitate, forcing them to stay back, watching quietly from a distance, too afraid to get any closer. The hippopotamus, the giant of Africa's rivers, may appear slow, but it is one of the most dangerous animals on Earth. With its massive body and jaws powerful enough to crush anything, the hippo fears no predator, not even the crocodile, the infamous killer beneath the surface. When these two titans clash, the river erupts with powerful bites and thunderous charges. Even the swift and deadly crocodile must tread carefully before the hippo's sheer might. However, there are times when crocodiles dare to attack the young, igniting the fury of the entire herd. Each confrontation between these beasts becomes an epic display of strength, determination, and the raw instinct to survive in the wild. By the riverside, a group of crocodiles basks in the sun, while a stubborn young hippo approaches to tease one of them. Boldly, it opens its mouth wide and charges, startling the crocodile into fleeing back into the water. Moments later, the young hippo tries its luck with a nearby buffalo, but this time, it's clearly outmatched. A hippopotamus and her calf, having just finished feeding, encounter a crocodile basking on the riverbank. Being the reptile blocking their path and fearing for her young safety, the mother hippo charges forward, jaws wide open, confronting the crocodile head-on. Intimidated, the crocodile reluctantly retreats. Beneath the river's surface, a group of crocodiles gathers to feast on their prey, tearing it apart with savage force. But just as the frenzy reaches its peak, a hippo emerges from the water. Though vicious, the crocodiles yield and back away in the presence of the mighty hippo, clearing the way for it to pass.